Hello guys, this is Glenn from Sydney CBD Repair Center, and today we have a Vivo Y52 5G with a broken display. As you can see, it goes dark all on its own. So let's wake it up. So you can see that the extent of the damage just goes to the display. So it's an isolated case of a damaged display, and David is gonna replace it for us. And first thing we're gonna remove is this piece of magnetic plate on the back cover. I think it's just gonna go. The client just wants it gone, and no problem. And now we're going to remove the back cover. The back cover doesn't have any damage. It's made up of plastic, so it's going to be reused later on. It's going to slice through some adhesives. We're going to take it slow because I think there's some connectors that can get damaged if you just rush things. We're gonna unscrew the cover for the internal components in general. We're gonna mark off some special screws positions. Gonna tap it, remove some plates. We're gonna remove the SIM card tray. If you're fixing smartphones, you should put it into your habit of removing the SIM card tray, because as much as you want to yank out the main board, sometimes the SIM card tray is just holding it back. We're gonna slice through. We're gonna pry from the side, and if you can find a fingerprint scanner on the side of a smartphone, just be careful. Most likely there's a connector attached to the main board from that button. So we're gonna remove the cover and then another cover for the main board, which exposes the connector for the display and battery. You can see there. I think this is the connector for the display. We're gonna test our display while the smartphone is half disassembled. Try to turn this on, and it's turning on. It's a Vivo Y52 5G. At this point, all smartphones just look the same to me, and the naming convention is really hard to track, especially on Chinese smartphone models. They just pump it out every week or so. And it seems to me that this smartphone is still working with the main board that it has inside. The battery is pretty healthy. So we're gonna perform the complete disassembly process to remove the battery. With some model of smartphones, you need to remove the battery because the cables that you want to remove are underneath the battery. Just like this one, the cable for the display is just sandwiched there. After that, once that cable is free, we can safely pry the old display off the housing. So another slicing through adhesive. And although this is very a fixable smartphone, it's still difficult if you don't have the experience to perform these removal of glass parts because of the adhesive. But it also makes the smartphone look sleek and thinner. So there's pros and cons on adhesives. We're gonna clean off the sides. Make sure there's no residue or shards of glass left. And once we have guaranteed that, we're gonna add our own liquid glue. We're gonna put sufficient amounts around the side of the housing. And on that hole, you can see cut out. You just push the connector for the display to that slot, and then align the display. Make sure the camera hole is unobstructed. I'm gonna remove this plastic already. And then at the back, this is the back side. We're gonna attach the connector for the display and align it flat. I'm gonna install the battery over the connectors, and then we're gonna connect the battery as well. Never forget this part. Later on, when you try to turn this device and you haven't attached the connector for the battery, and you will look like a fool. But David here is a professional, so that is no issue. If you want to fix your own Y52, it's gonna be a difficult one for you. There's a lot of parts that you need to remove, unlike your Samsung devices, high-end Samsung devices with components that are smartly integrated together. This one, you just have to deal with a lot of screws, a lot of miscellaneous parts falling off. You need to be experienced at this level of complexity. And David is a legend in the smartphone repair game, so that's no issue. We're gonna clean off the sides, make it presentable, and I think we're done. We're just gonna install the SIM card tray, and that's David there. Seems happy to be doing this repair. That's just gonna be it. We're just gonna test it and give it back to the customer. So if you enjoy these kinds of videos, guys, you can follow us. You can like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and you can also visit our website, sydneycbd.repair, for your smartphone repair needs. We also have a phone number if you want to call. If you're within Australia, we can make it happen. If you can't go to the shop, you can just leave us a message. You can mail in your broken smartphone. We'll fix it for you here in the shop, and then once it's done, we're gonna mail it back to you right away. So thanks for joining, guys. This Vivo Y52 will live on for much longer, and David is gonna put on a free cover. It's not really tempered glass, but it's gonna help eliminate the risk of breaking this front display again. So we'll see you again next time. Take care of yourself, guys. Cheers.
If you want your smartphone fixed for a very reasonable price, you may contact Sydney CBD Repair Center. We also provide mail-in repair services for customers outside of Australia or Sydney. Just message us so we can arrange the shipping of your device.